Well, let's run through a print checklist to make a copy or a print of this drawing on an A1 sheet at a scale of 1 to 50. We're in model space at the moment, so let's swing to layout space. And you notice in the tab at the bottom of the screen there that I've named this layout. I'll right click and go to the Layouts Manager just to make sure that my paper size is A1 and the name is a meaningful one. You could click in there and call it A1 Landscape Plan 1 to 50, but I'm happy with that as it stands. So we'll close that box, and the next step is to select the floating viewport that contains our view. If here it is, and check everything in this viewport properties box. Color of the floating viewport is light grey, but importantly we've said yes, change it to a fixed scale. Make sure you don't leave it at no, and the fixed scale here is 50. So I've actually typed the number in there, 50, and when I've done that I've set that to fixed scale yes. So we're all ready now to call up the print dialog box, and that can be done in a number of ways, but this is an easy way here. So now we check the printer. We're going to go to Acute PDF Writer here, which is a phantom printer. It's not actually attached to the machine, to the computer that I'm using, but I could print to any other printers that are configured for this computer and set that as the printer. So I've checked I've got the correct printer, I've got the correct paper size, I'm going in portrait mode, so I can OK there. So this is a relatively complex dialog box, and you have to take note of a number of things. You might well find, for example, that fit to paper is on, and notice that the scale is 1 to 1003. If I take that off and make it 1 to 1, because I want to print this drawing accurate size of 1 to 1, because I've set that floating viewport at 1 to 50, we'll end up with a 1 to 50 scale drawing on an A1 sheet. Make sure that you have paper set in this drop down box here, not display, or certainly not window, because that will cause things to change markedly. So I think everything is set now. We don't want to force colours to black, and so now it's a matter of generating the print. If you wanted to, you could change the properties of the PDF writer and get a higher resolution, but that would make the plot take longer. So we'll OK that, and in the background the plot will be generated, and you'll get an option in a moment to name the PDF file, and we'll call it gCADPlus drawing PDF, and we'll save it and overwrite what's already there, and that's going to the desktop. And I think we'll get an opportunity to view our plot using PDF Writer in a moment. I think I've configured so that the writer should pop up the moment the actual plot has been generated. Well, that didn't happen, so I'll go straight to the desktop. We should be able to find our gCADPlus drawing. Here it is, and we'll look at the Control 0 will give us the view. Now clearly we'd want to go back and change the colour of that border to white so that things would show properly. So Control plus plus plus, and we go in, we've got a very high resolution plot. Now if we wanted to thicken up the line weight, we could do that as well. So let me close Acrobat Reader and return to our gCADPlus. Here we are. So the things to do now are change this from light grey to colour white. If you need to select it, just use a crossing window like so, and let's just thicken it up just a little by saying Format and Line Weights, and we'll change from 0.25 to 0.3 and apply that, and we'll generate a new print. And because it's an A1 size sheet, that's a sensible thing to do, just to thicken things up a little. And line weight switch is on down in the status line. So there's quite a few things to check to get a satisfactory print out. Well, here's the result of the print using slightly thicker lines, and I'd hope you agree we've got a very high resolution plot.